Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title, we are going to create a knotted headband, using this pattern here. Now this pattern is available on my website for a very low fee if you want to purchase it, or you can find it on Google, and I'm sure they have free ones on Google. So I'm using a knit stretch fabric here for this pattern. You're going to use the middle. This will actually be the middle of the headband, but you're going to cut two pieces of this on the fold. And as you can see, my fabric is already folded. This is, like I said, a stretch knit fabric I got a few years ago. I am not sure where I got it from, guys. I think it was either online or at Joann's. If you really need to know, I can go back to one of my fabric haul videos and find out. But before we get into the video, guys, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Also make sure you have your bell notifications turned on so you get notified every time I upload a video. If you like, you can follow me on Instagram while I have updates and a little bit of everything else going on there, as well as pictures to the videos that I do on YouTube that don't have comments. And if you want to comment, you could comment there on my Instagram. And all of my other social media is also linked in the description. So let's get into it. Okay, so now that we have our two pieces cut out, we're going to pin them together so that we can sew. And when you're sewing, you want to make sure you leave an opening so you can turn the fabric right side out. Okay, so now that we have it all pinned, this area here where I have the pins the closest together is the area that I'm going to leave open to flip it right side out. And I'm just going to start sewing from this edge and go all the way around and sew until I get up to here so that I can turn them over. Okay, so for me, I'm going to go ahead and just use a straight stitch. You can use a zigzag stitch. Normally when I'm working with knits, I do zigzag, just because if it's a stretch fabric, you want to have a seam or thread that stretches, which is why people use zigzag. But for this, it's just a headband. I like the length of it, so it will work for my daughter's head because she has a small head. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and sew around. But one little tip I want to give you, and I've said this many a times before, when you sew fabrics that are stretchy, you don't want to pull on them, because what it'll do, it'll stretch the fabric out and it just won't look like you want it, or it'll come like rippled. So you just let the sewing machine do its job and you just kind of hold it and guide it through, but you're not going to push and you're not going to pull. So I like to do that stitch to secure it. Okay, as you can see, guys, we have finished sewing it. We have our opening here, so now we're about to flip this right side out. I'm using black thread for this tutorial purposes only. If I was sewing this for like a customer or for my daughter to wear outside of the house, I would use like white thread or like a matching thread, but it's totally up to you. So I'm going to continue flipping this right side out and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. Here we have the area we left open. So what you're going to do is just sew that shut. Okay guys, so here we have it, our cute little headband with the little, I don't know what you would call these, fishtails or knotted headband. I think it's really cute. For the pattern, if you would like yours larger or smaller, what you would do is increase the size in the middle of the pattern. The instructions will be completely available in the pattern that will go along with this video. If you would like to make it smaller, you would just decrease and either cut the pattern before you print it and use it. But this is what it looks like. I think this is absolutely adorable. I will be making a ton of these for me and my daughter for summertime when we just don't feel like worrying about our hair. And of course for the little girls in my family. But this was really easy, really fun. You can do this with knit. You could play around with different kinds of fabric. I'm thinking if you wanted to stretch, the best thing is to use a fabric that has a stretch in it. Doesn't necessarily have to be knit, but you want definitely something that has a stretch in it so that you can make sure you have enough room. Of course, when you use other fabrics that are stiff, you have to make it the exact size you want it because you won't have that stretch. So just a little tip. I hope you like this video, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you do. Again, if you are not subscribed to this channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram, and my other social media is down in the description, as well as the link to my blog and my shop. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!